Hello everybody, I am GoJGabby20 here, going to another review. It's been 3 months, or 4 actually, without a review, and we're back at a big and amazing figure, well, most exciting for me. It is the Transformers Legacy Commander Class Decepticon Motormaster. So, there's Motormaster, and oh god, this is gonna be one hell of a review. Either exciting or terrifying. We'll see. What I mean by terrifying, I mean pretty long one. But so then, first things first, look at the packaging. And I had to make it really wide to see some, figures and things in the side for this box. So here we have Motormaster right there. He looks sick. He really looks cool. And here we have Dragstrip and Wild Rider, which I'll get to Wild Rider in a bit soon. I don't have them for me, but you know what, just say it. I had them shipped recently yesterday, and I'm waiting for it to be processing, and hopefully by tomorrow or another day it'll be shipped, and let's see how it goes, Sorry about that. Messages. And we have Breakdown right there. And people, you guys might not see it here, but that is actually, Dead End. That's Dead End for you. So we have all the Stunticons and the packaging here, so that's really, really cool. And here we have Menasor in the side, incomplete without the other Stunticons. Here's the figure itself there. The back, it's just, nah. And the side here, Decepticons from the Legacy packaging. Really cool. And here we have Motormaster. It's packaged with Menasor. And so you have 1 out of 5 here, 2 out of 5 here. And sorry about the texting. Dang, I gotta put this on, no interrupting or silent mode. But anyways, the base mode, truck mode, the drift. And this looks really cool. I like the packaging. It looks really nice. Right, so here we have Motormaster in his semi-truck mode, and he is looking really, really cool. Honestly, I know a lot of people have there's a little dust there. I don't know how that got there. I don't know that, people complain that it doesn't look as great. It's still great. People say it's a great looking truck, or just meh. But I like it personally. I personally really like the truck, how it went out. But the only thing I could guess is that the trailer here, it's very, very short. And what was that? It's very short in comparison to, how we usually see trucks with the trailers. And I do get that, and I understand that, but compromises have to be a thing. Let's look at that purple light there. Just make sure you guys see it right there, the light. Yeah, it looks really, really good. And I'm really, really happy how this turned out, because the truck is just, to me, it looks great, honestly. And I understand the compromises. I'm okay with the compromise. And it rolls pretty good. So that's always good. But sometimes these here, they do like to move up sometimes, but just as long as I'm connected, which my copy is pretty decent, like that, it works pretty well. So not too shabby, but yeah, it could have been better, but can't really complain. But overall, I do love the detail on the truck. It's just really, really nice, especially the details right there, which we see more of that in robot mode, but I like it. For some comparisons, here he is with Dragstrip from Legacy, and this is looking really good so far. And to me, I think this scales pretty decently, actually. Dragstrip and Motormaster, I think this scales pretty decently. And if anything, he should be a little bit smaller, I guess. But I think this works in terms of scale. What do you guys think? I don't know. I think it looks good. But overall, this is how it's looking so far, and I cannot wait for my Wild Rider to eventually show up in the future. That's gonna be sick. Here he is with Earthrise Optimus Prime and Netflix Bumblebee. And Motormaster is just pretty big. He's just pretty huge. But Optimus and Motormaster here, they look really, really cool. Just having them together like this, it's really, really awesome. And the fact that Motormaster is bigger than Optimus, to me, that is really, really cool. Let me just close this a little bit there. My bad. But this looks good because, Motormaster, I kind of think he's bigger than Optimus in vehicle mode, which it's different in robot mode, but we'll get to that in the future. But this, to me, looks good. I like, how big Motormaster is. It's just they're almost the same in length, almost the same, which looks just terrific. And yeah, like in the episode when they play chicken, that's sick. I can't get enough of this. I'm just really grateful how this turned out. And since I don't have the G2 Laser Prime at all, but I do have the Legacy Velocitron Scourge from the Robots in Disguise 2000 universe, or 2001 in my memory. And they look really good together. Don't you think? I think this looks good. And here we have something from the past, and that being Combiner Wars Motormaster. And oh boy, I'm already seeing trouble with this. There's just no comparison. I know some people out there may like this one maybe a little bit more, but to me it's just Optimus Prime, but gray and has Motormaster colors, mostly the trailer colors or the G1 toy. Well, this one is, more accurate to how he looked in the show and in his own thing at the same time. But yeah. Ooh, this is not looking good at all. And there he is with another Commander class figure, that being Rodimus Prime. And yeah, I mean, he may be longer, Rodimus, but the thing is, Rodimus here, he's a little bit lighter. Even when you disconnect this piece here, it is, oh no, it's been there for a while. Sorry. Even so, still lighter. Motormaster has more bulk and heft. He has more plastic in him, so he has more coming to him in terms of quality and plastic than this guy does, actually, and that is very, very interesting. But we'll get to more Commander classes in the future. And since we're in the middle of talking about Commander classes, I thought it'd be cool if we brought up the first Commander class that was released. That being Jetfire, or in some people's cases, Skyfire. And you can see that it doesn't look that much, but Jetfire here is actually a lot more bigger and more wider. And I think, he has more plastic to him, and this Motormaster here mostly has plastic all over his trailer. But this figure has tons of plastic compared to Rodimus or even Motormaster originally, but mostly the plastic's in the trailer, like I said. Jetfire here, or Skyfire, he is all about plastic. So that is very, very interesting and cool. And the same goes for Commander Class Skylynx from Earthrise. He has more plastic to him too, compared to, Motormaster. But they still have more plastic enough still. I'll make it quick here, so I can talk about it later in the future, in the end of the video. Skylynx, Jetfire, and Motormaster have more quality built to them in terms of plastic compared to Rodimus. And Rodimus is still good, but these three here, or these two and Jetfire, have more an advantage in terms of quality and plastic. Which again, I hope to talk about that in the end of the video. Now let's get to transformation. And before I do, actually, I would say, I forgot to mention this, the only not so great thing in this copy of mine is that it looks like the paint's been sprayed around here. It doesn't look as good as the other side, but you know what? It's no big deal. I could barely notice it in the future anyways when you combine them to Menasor, so it's no big deal. So without further ado, let me just zoom in and out a little bit. Take off the trailer, and before I do that, I want to do this real quick. Just I want to carefully, not too much, because you might scratch the sword. So it's good. There's the sword. Mine's already scratched from the packaging because it was loose. And it was just rattling in there. But yeah, take out the sword, and you can connect it back and put the trailer piece here. Sometimes it fight me. You can do that, but sometimes it falls back or whatever. But it's okay. I'm gonna leave this disconnected anyways because we're gonna talk about the base mode in the future anyway. So let's get to transformation, and I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. It may be me, but this is the most fun I've ever had in a Transformer figure, and long time. I haven't had this much fun in the figure for who knows how long. So a transformation I like to do is like put this aside, connect this, same the other side, and open this up right here. So we have clearance for the future. We'll move his legs, and now we're gonna, yep, this is what we're gonna do now. Open these panels, turn this around. I'm gonna keep, you know, this side like this. I'll get to Y in a bit. Let me just open this to the side here, swing this right there, and also, I mean, I know we all noticed, but you can close that because, you know, for the leg, but it is a pain to take it out in the future, so you want to be careful when you're doing that. And swing this right there, make sure everything's lined up, and boom, there you got the leg. Actually, no, I'm sorry, I'm not done yet. Just connect it right there. So there you go, there's a leg done. And now the other one, which this one I'm going to turn this side around, swing it like that, do the same thing that we saw with the leg here, swing it, put the wheel down, close this, make sure everything's right. Oh yeah, these are a double hinge, so make sure you line them up correctly. Swing it down, and again connect it right. See that right there and there. So make sure you got it right. And you see something's different here, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So we're gonna adjust up. We're going to adjust. There you go. And now you're going to disconnect. This one could be a little bit tough if you're not careful. You wanna make sure you open the arms, like untab them, close this down, and the same side. Just be careful, you don't want to do too much force, otherwise you will possibly break something. So you want to be careful. And my copy does sometimes like to disconnect right here, but not all the time. After that, swing this down, make sure you collect something, and now finally you have the rest. Swing aside, and there you go. Here we have Motormaster in his amazing looking robot mode. And I do want to mention this real quick before we go full on this robot mode. Let me just adjust myself right here. Is this piece right here. You see right there, a lot of people usually put like this, but the correct way actually is like this. Because if you see right here, there's lines that match the leg. This one doesn't. So, I mean, the only reason you gotta switch it like this is because for the vehicle mode. But the correct way actually is this. That's more correct. I mean, granted, it may be, you know, moves a bit easier now than being tighter, but it does look more, you know, it's symmetrical now. So that was really interesting how they did that. But otherwise, this is an amazing looking robot mode. Now we go to the details and just look at that head sculpt. That head sculpt is absolutely beautiful. Like, it just looks, you know, like G1 almost, but different. But if I put the light on here, it looks even better and more beautiful. Just looks, I really love the detail on this figure. And especially the painted facer that's all metallic purple, and I really dig that. And I would say my only thing is I wish the eyes were red, but this is accurate anyway, so the fact they did it accurate G1, that's just great. I really love this. And the details all around. I put the light off here now. It just looks fantastic. Like I said, even in vehicle mode, you can see these details right here. Just look great. And I do love how, you know, you have the fake truck front here. for his legs. Like, that is really clever, and just looks, to me, looks cute. Oh, sorry, it looks cute, but it's very nice that they did that. And the back here, yeah, it's hollow here, but it's necessary for transformation and combine mode. And the backpack is not too bad here, too. I actually like this backpack for Motormaster. Probably the best one, I'd say, because compared to what we had in Combine Wars and the third parties, they look pretty blocky compared to this. So I like this better. And the white arms just look great. It's Motormaster. My copy here sadly has a little scratch right there, but it's no big deal. Like, I'm not gonna be like one of those people saying, "Oh my god, it's a little wrong piece here, like it's scratched, I need a new one." I'm not doing that. Like, if there's something really wrong with your figure, then yeah, it's returned it, but this is no big deal. I don't really care. The Decepticon logo looks great here too. And this is what I like about this figure. He's all black, purple, and white. I would have liked silver, but the white just looks really, really good with him. Just all around, Motormaster here just looks great. Now, articulation, his head can only swivel because, you know, it's a blocky head, so it can only swivel. Arms move 360 degrees, or 306 degrees, I mean. Go up and down, swivel, bend at the elbow, wrist swivel. And I will say this though, unfortunately for this figure, he does not have the hand open and close feature like Optimus or Rodimus, but it's not to complain about. It's not the end of the world. His waist can swivel. Well, actually, if you want to, you know, I mean, I want to do it, but I mean, it's an option for you. Is that you can give him a butterfly joint, which is pretty cool, but it does make him look weird. That's why I'm not really a big fan of it, but yeah, it's an option. Legs can move to a ratchet, back, forth, and up like that. It could go more like that. Swivel, bend at the knee, and there's a double if you wanted to, but meh, still looks cool. And ankle pivot, which that is just great. There's so much, you know, pretty good articulation on this figure that, you know, you can still do some pretty good poses with this guy. Now for accessories, he does have his sword, which to me, I love this sword for Motormaster. To me, it just looks, it screams power and gives more the tyrant feel, and I love it. Not so much for Menasor though. It is pretty small, but we'll get to that in the future. And just connect it right here, and you can just give some pretty cool poses. And some people do this, which I thought was pretty cool, like that. That looks cool, but makes it sound look weird, but cool feature. So there you go. Articulation's pretty good, detail's amazing, and accessory is pretty good. And he does come with a little turret gun, but that's for his base mode. And I'll be honest with you. You can see other people's video about that, but to me it just looks lame, and it's heavy for Motormaster anyway, so I'm not going to just demonstrate it here in this video. So there's that. Now let's get to size comparisons. And here we have Commander Class Motormaster with Earthrise Optimus Prime and Netflix Bumblebee with repo labels on him. And I have to say, Motormaster looks pretty cool with Optimus and pretty good with Bumblebee. Because Bumblebee's small, so still cool. But Motormaster and Optimus, I really love these two together. I mean, this. Sorry about that. Okay. I mean, they are, I guess, you know, to Motormaster at least, he's Optimus Prime's like arch nemesis. But I don't know. I mean, they never really showed that much rivalry in G1. Only that one fight with Prime playing chicken. But other than that, this looks really cool, and I'm really, really happy this turned out. Optimus Prime, the old king of the roads. You are my mortal enemy, and we are destined to fight forever. Motormaster, you are no Megatron, and you never will be. Oh, really? I could be better than Megatron? You know who could be better than two? Who would that be? That loser over there. Oh, yeah. Hello. By the Matrix, what happened to him? This is what they call cheap times. It's one of those dark times. Oh, well, he's a sad boy, isn't he? I'm not sad. I can dance. Prove it. Okay, let's do this. Damn it. You okay?
Yeah, I can dance. Look at me. Come on. Oh.
Okay.
No, I'm fine.
You see, Prime, who you think is better? I think they're both the same.
Oh, that does it, you little...
Ooh. Tough crowd. Anyways, here we have Legacy Motormaster with Combiner Wars Motormaster, and, yeah, remember I said I smell trouble? That skit was trouble, and this is trouble. There's just no comparison between the two. Like, Legacy Motormaster here, he just looks not just accurate or his own style, but he looks very, very faithful to how he looked in G1 and how we should see him most of the time, every time we see this guy. And he just looks amazing. Like, again, put the light again. This figure is beautiful. This guy over here, not so beautiful. Why? He only has vantage towards his arms, which he doesn't really need these since, you know, he's going to combine anyways with just like this. And these did not need to be... That's another thing. He doesn't like to be in a good pose. He's in his A pose, and he is just flimsy as hell. If it was a flimsy enough in combined mode, but I'm going to save all that if I ever get to review these Combiner Wars figures in the future. But, yeah... I know you guys can still like this figure. I mean, for those that do, high props. But me... no. This guy is where it's at for me. And here we have Legacy Motormaster with Deluxe Legacy Dragstrip. And these guys look really great together. So far, it's looking really good. 1, 2 down, 3 to go. He's number 1, and he's number 5. Which, yeah, that is kind of weird that, you know, he got released early if it was supposed to be number 5. But hopefully I get to go to that in the end of the video. Hopefully. But still, this looks great. And for the final comparisons, here is Motormaster with Velocitron RID 2001 Scourge and the Kingdom Commander class Rodimus Prime. And yeah, these three look good. I'll be honest, they look great. Especially this guy. Like, oh, I just love this. Honestly, I really, really do. I'm glad I did not pick up the Laser Prime yet, which I probably will get in the future. Yeah, these guys look great. So does Rodimus with Motormaster. And Rodimus and Motormaster, they are pretty much the same height. If anything, Motormaster is just a slight bit taller than Rodimus. So that's a good thing, but just keep this in mind, this size. You see this here with Motormaster and Rodimus. That's how they look. Imagine Motormaster being like this size of Rodimus, because we'll get to the Commander class thing in the future, which end this video. But yeah, this looks good. But the only thing I wish this Motormaster had is like he had a way to connect the sword on his back here. That would have been sick. Rodimus here does do that, and I just wish he had that for Motormaster. But it is what it is. Still, I like the scale here. So that's it for comparisons. Now that comparison out of the way, now it's time to deal with the trailer. Oh boy. And there you go. See? No matter how you try to make this, you know, tight or not, it's just gotta... Right now it's actually good. If we do like that, then yeah, there it goes. Or even so, like that. So, yeah, like I said, just gotta split these two. And then we're gonna go to look at this part first. Split this. And this to 2. And we're going to turn this right there, fold it, there you go. And for this one, you're gonna wanna do, I think, like, was it like, no, it was like this. Yeah, it's just been a while since I've done this thing, for good reasons. Same thing here, just fold it, and there, I think. So, disconnect these, and like I said, this is the turret gun, which Motormaster can hold if he wants to, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. So I'm not gonna have Motormaster hold this because not only because it's heavy, but it just looks lame like this instead of like looking cool like this, and also just again it's just too big. So there's that. And for this one, you want to fold this like so, and leave this. Same thing goes to here. Goes like there. And now for this piece here, fold this up, and I believe what you're gonna do now is detach this like that, and move this to the side, and move this down there, and you hear that? Look at that nice articulated ratchet joints right there for Menasor's, legs, and that is amazing. See that Combiner Wars? Where was this? Where was this during that time? Whatever. That's another time. But how do we do this again? Actually, I'm trying to remember because I really don't really like to connect these a lot. I think it goes like this in one side. Is it? No, I'm mistaken. This side. So we got one side. Is it? I really don't know. Hold on. Never mind, I got it. I got it right. And do the same thing here. And forgive me if I was like that, guys, because like I said, I am not particularly a fan of this sort of mode. But click this one right here. Like, this is the left leg. You want to connect it to this side and the right one on the other side. That's how it is in the instructions, or how people, or the pictures, portray it like. And there you go. There's that done. And for this one, fold this all the way. And make sure everything lines up perfectly well. Which, okay. What am I doing here? Ouch. That hurt me. Technical difficulties here. There you go. And now you put the turret right there. And this will connect to the sides right here. Make sure you line them up. If I know how to do it correctly. Did I do it right? Yeah, this is causing more trouble for me than I thought. I think this is how it goes. And there you go. There is the turret base thing. And yeah, just trying to do it right. Yeah, I am not completely a fan, but it does look cool if you had Micromasters for this. Just see, you know what I mean? Just the base mode of Battle Station here. It's not really that, impressive looking for Transformers. It's a nice thought, though, they did. It's nice, but I'm not all crazy for this. But it does work for what it does. Set Motormaster right here. Okay, there you go. And it looks like it has binoculars for the turret here, that's cool. I mean, the effort is there. Like, it's the thought that counts. But just not completely a fan. And Rodimus is probably a little bit better, but not a big fan of it either because, it's just the trailer with the turret. But at least, this is going for something. I think it will look cooler with the Micromasters, I think, or the Target Masters, or whatever little mini cons you have. I think this will look a lot better as a base, but for 6-inch or bigger Transformers, not so much. But hey, like I said, it's the thought that counts, and it's there. So that's all that matters. Alright, so now it's time to combine into Menasor. So let's get to it. So what you want to do, first things first, is make sure the hands are folded down like so. There you go. And fold them up like so. And let's see, what else should we do next? I think they actually leave it like, no, I don't think, no, never mind. You do it like this. Yep, move this down like so. Move this to the side. And we'll take care of this in the... Actually, yeah, we gotta take care of this, actually. And we move that so... And we see Menasor's head. And there you go. Fold this back down and make sure that stays connected. And we want to move the horns up. And that... This looks really cool. I love the head sculpt. But we'll talk more about the combined mode in a little bit. But what I want to do next is... I want to make sure this is lined up like so here. And we'll take care of this in a bit. Just first things first, we want to take care of this. So this can be tricky at times, but what we want to do is make sure this is turned around. And want to open this up. And I think you leave this like that. Leave like that. And fold this down because it's like a double hinge. Fold it down. Close it like so. Am I doing something wrong actually? No, I'm doing good. There you go. And fold this up like so. And make sure you hear like a click. As long as you do line up things correctly, you should be golden. There you go. And disconnect this like so. And the same side here. Open this up. Double hinges inside. Close it. And now connect. Like so. Until you hear a click. And move these down and click them too. Like so. And there you go. And move these down. And now we gotta deal with this. So these like these ports right there. They're gonna connect to these. I can't really name them. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not used to naming joints or connection ports. I'm just not used to it. But there you go. There you have Menasor's chest mode, or his like upper chest, and so far it looks really good. I can't wait to connect Menasor in a bit. So there you go. And now we go to the rest. And actually this one you can't use nothing. There's no use for this one. So this is to go to the side. But for the legs here, all you gotta do is this. That's it. Literally, that's it. That's all you do. Fold them up. That's it. And for this one, turn this around. And for the arms, you do this. And make sure this is disconnected so it don't get stuck. And you got the arm. And this one here, this is a good, interesting one. So you could have drag strip here. And I was looking forward to do this. This is really exciting. So here we have drag strip. And there's a, you see right here in these ports, you can connect them right here. Actually, not the ports, I mean like right there. They will connect together. And once you line them up properly, what you're going to do now is make sure this is disconnected and fold them like so. It feels like automorphing, honestly, but it's just a little trick that it's going to help you disconnect drag strip to make his arm. And some people may say like it's amazing or cheesy, but to me it's just so much fun. It is so satisfying to do that. And little thing I want to say, I know this is no big deal, but I'm not particularly a fan of the gap, but it's not too bad. But me personally, I think it's intended for this. You just do that and boom, there you go. Here we have drag strip in his arm mode connected to Menasor, and then we just connect these gun pieces here because I think it's gonna look cooler with them anyways. So there you go, there's his arm. And now we connect the chest piece here, and you want to put this down for now and connect Menasor like so. Put these up. Oops, I disconnected this. My bad. And now connect this. Make sure it stays connected like so. And boom, here we have Menasor's torso done. And you connect the arms. Not arms, the legs. Connect the legs, and for now I'm gonna do the A pose here, and then we're gonna connect the arms right here in the sides here, and like so. And behold, Menasor. And this so far looks amazing. Not perfect because it's not connected to all the Subticons yet, but so far it's looking magnificent. And I cannot wait to talk about Menasor in the future. I just want to show you guys how he looks so far. I just want to show you how he looks and how the gimmick works, obviously. Even though we all know, but I want to show it. My video, so. But I won't go full in detail saying how he's amazing or the articulation as well. Sorry guys, I just want to show you guys how it looks because I really want to show this off. And I'm really looking forward to this. But I'll do some comparisons though, obviously. And do comparisons again in the video of Menasor. It's just, I don't want to say all details just yet until, like I said, we complete all the Thundercons, and then we talk about the big guy. So, there you go. For size comparison, here's Menasor with Legacy Velocitron Scourge, Earthrise Optimus Prime, and Netflix Bumblebee. And as you can see, he is pretty massive and huge, and I'm liking the look of it so far. But yeah, Menasor should be a little bit bigger, but that's impossible to make a mainline figure that big. Otherwise, it would be a Titan class, and you know how those go. So, if anything, we have Kingdom Core class Soundwave, and I think this is the best scale if you want your collection to be, you know, smaller than Menasor. The Core class are the only choice you have, really, for better or for worse. And honestly, I'm okay with this size personally. It doesn't bother me, but it's a personal preference, though. But I'll do more comparisons with Menasor in the future. This is a little teaser here, really. But this was not really a teaser, which we'll get to that in a bit. And for the final comparison, here we have all the commander classes from the War of Cybertron trilogy with the Legacy commander class. So, Jetfire, aka Skyfire, Skylynx, and Rodimus Prime. Kingdom, Siege, and Earthrise. Legacy. And I'm really grateful that this class is a thing and exists for the generations. I couldn't be more happier because this is what we wanted. Like big Transformer characters that deserve this type of treatment and love. However, for me, it's been like a hit and miss. Well, some things. I mean, overall, like, you know, just quality and all that. Jetfire was the second commander I've gotten. Like, but he is the first one that came out. He is fantastic. Quality is a different story from my copy. Like, I'm right here to hold the gun. Sometimes when I want to pull it out, it just comes off, like, you know, loose. It doesn't fall off. It's just like, you know, it detaches from the joint or the peg that's connected. And transforming him, sometimes I'm afraid I'm going to break something, and I hate that feeling. That's why Jetfire is not really, you know, the top of my favorite one. He is the best commander class, one of the best, but just not like, you know, I figured I'd say that, oh, it's so perfect. My copy has issues, but still a great figure nonetheless. Skylynx is good. Like, he has awesome gimmicks and he's fun, but like my copy right here, the legs, like, you know, for the base mode that just detaches, like you know, splits, it likes to like pop off every time from detaching like that. I'm like, come on. But overall, Skylynx has its flaws, but it's still good. Still, both Jetfire and Skylynx are worthy of commander class. Rodimus here, it's a different story. Like, yes, I mean, I did say at the time he's probably one to my friends especially. He's one of the best commander classes. Well, someone brought this up because, you know, all he gets is the trailer and the figure's articulation and quality, which is great, but I think Perspective N said this. He is basically a leader class plus, and I can kind of agree on that one. He's more of a leader class plus instead of like a full commander class worthy name of the title. So Rodimus, he's a hit and miss for people that in terms of commander class, and I think that's why, you know, he's not really selling so fast yet, because when you hear commander class, you think of these three: And that's where we go to Menasor here. What he gets is hefty plastic, the piece for the base, which you don't really use for Menasor, sword, and the combined feature for Menasor. And let me connect the sword right here, because I forgot to do that, and there you go. So Menasor, like all around, once you get all the Thundercons, he'd be even more worthy of a commander. But as he is, he's still worthy of the name Commander Class, and I really like that. So it goes down to this. Menasor is, I can't really say if he's number one yet, because I don't have all the Thundercons. I have to find out when I get all of them to see if he's, the number one best Commander Class, which I will say, because I'm kind of, a fan of Thundercons. Like, I love the Thundercons. He might be number one for me once I get all of them. But until then, I kind of say Jetfire is still one of the best ones. Second being Rodimus, because, he has a lot of cool gimmicks and all that. Just, I don't know if he's worthy of the name Commander in the name. But, still a good figure. And last is being Skylinks. I mean, he's a great figure, though. But just my copy has qualities, controls I'm not really liking. But overall, every single Commander Class figures, they are worthy to buy. I wouldn't say any of these is a pass. I think they're worth having a collection. And I'm just really happy to have this Commander Class thing. It makes the collection even more great. And that would do it for the review for the Transformers Legacy Commander Class Motormaster, aka Menasor. And overall, this figure really delivered the hype on the brand new combiner Menasor. This was a long time coming, and I'm just really happy that this figure exists. And overall, I'm happy that the Stunticons have a second chance to get remade right. Because, let's be honest, the Stunticons from Combiner Wars, they were not the best. I mean, there might be people that love them, and that's fine. But for me, personally, I have never been a fan of them, and I'm still not really impressed on how they are. To this day, they do not age well. For this Motormaster, he proves that these Stunticons are going to be either gray or not so gray, but at least, decent for the new modern age of Transformers. If anything, Motormaster is where he shines. He's the figure that's going to really make the Stunticons and Legacy sought after in years, because, like I say, to some people, I still stand by this. The Stunticons or anything that's combined related will be sought after in years. And I'm really looking forward to complete this journey with the Stunticons. And I cannot wait to complete Menasor. It's going to be really exciting. So, vehicle mode or semi-truck mode, it's decent. I did say it was great, but I think I was just, in a moment there. But overall, it's decent, compromised, but decent. Robot mode is fantastic. I love the robot mode. The battle station mode is left to be desired, but it's still fun, for little figures. But Motormaster, it's fine. Size is great. Details are fantastic. And Menasor is going to be one hell of a combiner from looks of things, and I cannot wait to complete it. And hopefully, Wild Ride will come in sooner than later, and I'll reveal that guy when he comes in my doorstep soon. So in the end, I'm going to give Motormaster a 10 out of 10 overall. Like, robot's great, vehicle mode's decent, compromised, battle stations, meh. Manasor's going to look very promising so far. He looks very promising, and I just can't wait to complete this journey, I'm excited. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you guys in the future. GoJGawa20 out.